Good afternoon, everyone. I'm delighted to be joining you for this first Scottish dedicated webinar. I, like many of you, are extremely passionate about Open Farm Sunday. I truly believe that as farmers, we have a very crucial role to play in educating the general public about the work that we do all year round. By allowing them to relate to our everyday activities, we can gain their support and hopefully more engagement, whether it's the eggs that they eat for their breakfast, the soap maybe in their showers, or even the woolen jumper that they might wear to work. I've been your Scottish coordinator since 2014, and as a family we've organised Open Farm Sunday events ranging from a few hundred people to several thousand. This will be our 10th coming in June 2017. We run a beef and sheep unit here at Kinrossshire. Previous to that, we ran a farm shop and butchery in England on a mixed farming unit there. So I've got a very wide range of knowledge and skills within Scotland, which hopefully gives me some support for you moving forward. So I'll shortly be taking you through some ideas for Scotland, but let's talk about the background first. On the next slide, you'll see over the last 3 years we've been working to build relationships with partners who are based in or solely in Scotland. Quality Meat Scotland, NFU Scotland, the Young Farmers Organisation and RET have all been very active in helping us to raise awareness and encourage more farmers to open their gates. Jane Craig in Marketing has signed up this year to support the campaign through my role, and we're now actively looking for other partners who will support us in Scotland. We also acknowledge the core sponsors, which you see at the bottom of that slide, who are help to fund the Open Farm Sunday across the UK. So on this next slide, here is a graph that shows you the farms that have taken part in Scotland and their collective visitor numbers. As you can see, we have had a significant increase since 2013, but there is still room for more farms to open. Host farmers get involved for a wide range of reasons. 71% of our land is in agricultural holding, which we'll see on the next slide, and it equates to about 52,303 holdings in Scotland. So we very much hope we can get some more farms signed up this year. The map that you see on the right indicating Scotland indicates a wide, diverse range of different farming practices, giving us lots of opportunity here in Scotland. And on the following slide, you'll see an indication of the farms that have opened over the last 3 years. Whilst we have a good spread, we are still missing a number of areas, and we all know the distances in Scotland are quite wide, and as such, one dot could be miles away from another unit. So we would really like to see more farms opening this year and in future years. Which leads me to the question, why should you get involved in Open Farm Sunday? This is about sustaining the future of agriculture, generating opportunities for those who wish to come into the sector and allowing the public an opportunity to ask questions that they may not normally get the chance to. We need them to value our work if they don't already. And if you're running an agritourism business, something with diversification on farm, it's a great opportunity to increase sales on the day and generate new custom for the future. But I want to dispel some myths before we go any further. Any size and type of farm can take part. They're valued and of interest. You don't need to run a diversification business, and you don't need to add new activities. Visitors like to see what you're doing on an everyday basis. You can define the visitor numbers by doing invite only or visitor restrictions, so there is plenty of ways to manage your day. The day does need to be interesting, amusing and relevant, but that comes with every day on a normal farm. Participation is particularly important, and as you will see from the next slide, visitors remember 90% of what they see and do, so make it interactive. Attention spans are normally maximum of 20 minutes for an adult, so a 15-minute farm walk is more than sufficient. Now, one of the great things about Open Farm Sunday is all the fantastic support that we get, whether it's the resources that you can get through Leaf for before, after and during the event, posters, leaflets, banners, quizzes, handouts for the day, stickers or badges. There's also resources specific to Scotland. Quality Meat Scotland produce a range of materials that you can order through myself, and people like RET are willing to support if you want an on-farm school day. Additionally, I've always found people like the British Wool Marketing Board have fantastic resources that you can get free of charge and are very, very supportive of your day. And don't forget to ask your business contacts, your machinery dealers, seed suppliers, feed companies, they all like to get involved. We have a new private Facebook group where you can ask questions and share ideas. And of course, I'm always on hand if you need to email or pick up the phone just to run through some ideas. Today's webinar is one of a series, so there's plenty of other webinars to listen to on the website, so do take a listen. Finally, and before we come to the end, we just wanted to talk about a few ideas that have taken place in Scotland over the last 3 to 4 years. They're very simple and easy to incorporate into your day, so they're listed here on this screen. One that stands out is the church congregation, in which a farmer invited the church group back to the farm after the service, defining the numbers and keeping it quite small. There are many options that you can take on board. Now, a key part to Open Farm Sunday is the whole PR and media campaign, which extends the reach and impact of Open Farm Sunday. It raises the whole profile of the sector, and the slide here shows just some of the channels which Open Farm Sunday get coverage in the run-up to the big day. We are talking Scotland specific here today, so as part of my role, we are helping to secure more coverage in the Scottish media channels. So if you're interested in a case study or having any interesting stories that you'd be happy for us to put forward to the media, please do get in touch. And lastly, but probably most important, remember to keep it personal. It's your story they want to hear about, and the everyday activities that you do and we may think are mundane, such as walking our fields or feeding our livestock, are extremely